Hi there. Well, I wanted to go over a few things about the syllabus and some expectations in the class that are found in the syllabus. Oh, by the way, my name is Brenda Bailey, and I will be your instructor in your Math 0930 class. So let's go ahead and get started. What I'm looking at is something that would be similar to yours. This is on the NWCCD hub, and in your Canvas, this is our Canvas shell. Your shell, the box you click on, has a calculator on it. And then when you open it up, you'll have this right here. We're going to be looking at the Welcome to Class drop-down box. So I'm going to click on that. This is I'm gonna try to maybe email this link to you. Otherwise, I'll just tell you, about the link. But this is where we're at. This is a video link of what we're watching right now. And here's the syllabus that we're going to go through. Here's some other things that you'll need to watch. And I'm going to change this right here and separate these two into two different shorter videos on how we use Canvas and then how we use Pearson. But for right now, let's look at the syllabus. Okay, I clicked on the syllabus. You can download this and run it off if you'd like to. But let's see. Let me see. I'll make it a little bit larger. Okay, we've got, let's see, this is section 5. It is online. It's asynchronous, which means that we will not be meeting as a class. But if you do need to get a hold of me, for help, there's a couple of ways. First off, there's my phone. You can text me if you want to. Here's my email. You can email me if you have a question and I'll get back to you. Or if you need to Zoom because you're really confused about some of the topics, that's fine as well. You text me. I pretty much have my phone with me most of the time or all the time. And I try to check my email quite often because I am an adjunct, which means I'm part-time. I've got some other part-time jobs that I do. Now, the Math Center, as far as office hours go, my office hours are in the Math Center. And right now, and I can let you know, I will be in the Math Center on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And this is in Sheridan, for those of you that are in Sheridan and have questions. I myself will be in the Math Center from 11 to 12 on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. However, there are other instructors that man the Math Center. So you don't have to just get help from me. There are numerous instructors. They're really nice people. If you're in Sheridan and you have questions, I highly recommend the Math Center. It's drop-in, no appointment necessary, and it's free. So it's really a great deal, and I highly recommend it. As soon as Jennifer Nichols, who's in charge of it, gets out the schedule, I can send it out to you so that you know what instructors are there and when, because there are sometimes when there aren't instructors there, but you can look at the schedule and I'll get that out to you. So it's a great resource for those of you that are in Sheridan. Or by appointment. An appointment, for Zoom would be, just contact me with either my email or text, shoot me a text. Now, I do have lessons for each of the sections that I've done. And this is a link to the YouTube channel. However, there's easier ways to get to the videos, and I'll explain that in the Canvas video on how to use Canvas. And here is my Zoom link. So if we do set up a Zoom, this would be the link to my Zoom room. All righty. So again, as far as the YouTube, and not necessary, I guess if you wanted to, it would just be hard to find the right video maybe. Whereas Canvas links the video to the exact one that you need. And then of course there's my Zoom room. If we decide to set up a meeting and go over that, and I'll kind of explain that as well in the Canvas. All right, so I'm not going to touch on everything in here. You can kind of read through it, and if you have questions, you can contact me. Some of the highlights though, first off, text materials. You do not have to have a book. You don't have to buy the paper book at the bookstore for this class. what you have to have is access to Pearson. Pearson is the online platform where you'll spend about 95% of your time in this class. So we actually use two platforms. We've got Canvas, you'll find your videos and the lessons and things like that. But then the actual homework is found in Pearson, which is an outside platform outside of the college that you'll have to buy access to. And I have got a link on how to get the access, kind of some instructions there for you. And if you do ever have any issues, because I don't keep track of I don't have access to passwords. A lot of times, if you have issues with Pearson, you're going to have to contact Pearson support, and they're going to ask you for the ID. The ID is right here, this course ID, but then it's also going to be on the handout for getting access that I have in this module right here. Now, again, so you don't need a book. You'll just have to have access for Pearson. So in this Welcome to Class module, there is Pearson video and then also a little handout that'll get you into Pearson. And it's really not too expensive. You've got some choices. You can have a 2-week access free trial, and that gives you 2 weeks to decide how you want to pay for it. I believe it's around $80. Which isn't really too bad for a college class, but again, it is required. Can't do it. You can't do the homework or the test without it. And Pearson's used by almost all of the math classes. All right, so again, make sure that you watch that. At the end of this, I might go back and look at the module and show you exactly what needs to be done. All righty, here's the minimum competency. This is just sort of a general overview of what we'll be talking about in the class. Yeah, there's quite a bit of stuff that they expect us to cover. Again, some things that you're probably interested in, the grading policy. We have 50% on tests. Homework is 40%, and quizzes are 10%. And let's see, all of these will be found in Pearson. Once you get into Pearson, it's pretty self-explanatory. But again, I will go through all of these in the how to use Pearson. Now, I do accept late work. I'll just go ahead and talk about that right now. For the test, you'll get a couple of chances on each of the tests. And homework, if you're late, you can continue to work on it, but you'll only get a 90%. I'll take 10% off of late work, but let's say you got half of the assignment done. So then half of the assignment, you're going to get 100%. And then the rest of it, you'll only get 90% of that score. So it's really not too bad. And the quizzes, again, those will be explained in Pearson. Quizzes, you get 3 chances on quizzes. Tests, I'll give you 2 chances on tests, and I'll explain that later as well. Lots of opportunities to pass the class. But you do need to do the homework. So I keep going back to this. Because if you don't do the homework, the best you can get is 60%. And that's if you get 100% on the tests and the quizzes. So you kind of have to look at the math. So you want to make sure that you do some of the homework so that you can get your C or whatever it is that you're after. But grades, A, 90 to 100, B, 80, 89, 80 to 89. So it's pretty standard. Let's see, tests. Quizzes are given throughout the semester. If you have any questions, a grading dispute, please let me know. Attendance policy, this is some of the stuff that the college asked us to put in. Mandatory guideline adherences, I think that has some stuff to do with COVID. Now at the bottom, we have our outline for the course for the semester, and I want to stress the fact that it's tentative because, it could change. This first week, we'll be doing an introduction to my math lab. I want to make sure you guys can get started. And you'll need to do one of the homework sections, 3.1. And then we'll get started with week, so just, week 3 and then week 8. There's a test, a combination of 3 and 8 together. And so that's just kind of a tentative schedule for right now until we get down to the final test. And I can see right now the test for chapter 11, I forgot to put in there, and then your final test for that week 15. So, all righty, kind of gives you a little bit of an idea of what to expect. All right, so what I'd like to do now is I want to go back to the module and looking at your welcome to class. This is what I was talking about, is how to register with Pearson. Now, in this video, I had done it for another class. The class ID is different. That class ID number is different than the one that you have. It's right here, the Bailey 08301. So, but the video itself is, it'll get you through. Other than just it's not the same course ID number. However, this handout, when you look at this handout, let's go ahead and click on that. Oh, maybe internet issues. If it doesn't work here, I don't want to waste your time. Oh, there we go. Now, when you do, to register for My Math Lab, go to this right here. This one does have the right ID number for you in this one right here. In this, when you click on this, you're going to get right in to registering for this class for that. And you can, and again, you can get the temporary access for 14 days. So you can, until you can figure out how to pay for it. All right, let's go back to modules. So again, this is the welcome to class, and then I will split these two on how to use Canvas and then how to use Pearson. So they're pretty short, and just kind of let you know what each platform, what we use each platform for. Well, welcome to class. And again, I really encourage you that if you're struggling, the homework is not meant to take hours to do. So if you find yourself taking hours to do one homework, contact me and maybe we can go through it. I'm also, I noticed that last semester, some people had some issues knowing how to, some of the questions in that first assignment. And so the first assignment, I'll probably do a video where I'm going to pick some of the problems and actually go through them on Pearson. And I can explain that I can email that to you. That would be under week 1. So, all right, well, welcome. And again, let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.